We're coming close to the Chag of Shavuot. And the Chag of Shavuot, you know, the big argument, which meal to do is, which meal you should do dairy, meat, we'll talk about it later on. But one of the things that women prepare themselves already now is baking. They bake breads, they bake certain things for the Chag. Now, what about baking with milk? Bread with milk. Or baking bread with fat of a lamb, fat of a cow, doesn't matter. It's a fat inside. The Shulchan Aruch and Siman Tzadik Zayin says that a person that made regular bread, a regular amount, with milk or with fat, asur le'echol. You're not allowed to eat this bread. It's prohibited. What? What's the problem? You have, it's milk. It's kosher milk bread. Even the Ben Ish Chai says, even if you made a big amount, and you're going to give it to a lot of people, they're going to have a little bit, and everyone's going to finish in one meal, it's still prohibited. Why? Because a person can make a mistake and eat this bread. It looks like regular bread, and someone can eat it with meat. In a meat meal, he's going to have bread, or he's going to have fat inside. He's going to eat it in a dairy meal, or put inside in the cottage cheese, whatever cheese. And it's going to be a problem. Therefore, the bread is a asur. So what can I do to eat from it in order to make bread? My wife wants to make dairy bread, or she wants to make bread that's bisari, that's meat. There's two conditions. One, either or, one of them. Or I make a small amount. That means I make a small amount that's going to be enough for one meal, for me and my family. For example, I know my family eats 4 loaves in a meal. I'm going to make 4 loaves of, my wife's going to make 4 loaves of this bread. Or hekir. I make an odd shape. I make a shape which is different. Now we know, right, if you go to eat burekas, you eat the burekas, you have the regular ones, the rectangular what? These are potato. And if it's triangle, it's what? Cheese. It's cheese. It comes from this halakha. This halakha, the idea has to be that it has to be different. It has to be a kid. Now, that's regarding, you have 2 things. Or make a small amount for one meal, or make it odd, make it different, make a different change. Exactly. Now, for example, let's say if you have a certain type of bread that you put inside actual pieces of meat, or you put inside, like you make something that you see the cheese out of it. So the halakha, if it's something that's recognizable, that you look at it and you see that, let's say for example, this is a bread that you see pieces of meat inside, so a person's not going to make this mistake, so that's considered a change. For example, there is tnukim, you know tnukim, the Bukharians eat the crackers. So, for example, my grandmother would take what's left over from the water, like the water of the gush gizeh with the fat inside. She'll add to that flour and all that stuff, make it into crackers and flatten it out. And that thing she'll make it in a certain way of shape, because it's fat. You don't see it. It looks like a regular cracker. So make a different type of shape, like a zigzag shape. And people look at it and see this is a meat cracker.